Okay, here's something a little bit different. So as much as I love the DS video games for Pokemon, I also really like the card game. Back in the day I played in leagues quite a bit. But anyway, recently Blah and a couple of his friends found this pretty awesome website, which I'll put in the description, that allows you to play the card game with, your own custom built decks and whatnot. Online, pretty easy to use, like it a lot. It's all manual control, so you pretty much all have to know the rules. But that's okay too. I mean, it allows it to be pretty adaptive when new sets come out and whatnot. So anyway, this first off is a pretty quick match that we had, and I say quick because he gets a pretty beastly lead off here, and he gets out this Charizard that can deal 50 damage for 1 fire energy on the first turn. Are you kidding me? Anyway, that's a little bit intense for me. But oh well, so we're going to try again, and hopefully I'll do a little bit better this time. So here's the main match, which was a lot more competitive. I hope you'll enjoy it, as much as I did anyway. And see what my starting hand is. Got Neogenesis Sneasel, a card that used to be banned back in the day, but they recently actually kind of reprinted it. I'm still using the Neogenesis version here, just as sort of a throwback, and because it is statistically a little bit better, although I don't think it being a little bit better affected this match anyway. And anyway, I just like it better, because it's funny because it used to be banned. But anyway, it's not quite as broken anymore. But anyway, set out prizes, and I see he's got Spiritomb leading off, and as long as he has that Spiritomb out there, I'm sort of in a pickle because I can't play this rare candy that's in my hand. And I'm not fully aware of what his deck is supposed to do just yet, because I'm sure if I actually kept up with the metagame, I'd be aware as soon as I saw a Spiritomb lead exactly what the deck was supposed to do. But anyway, okay, yeah, he benched a Zelf, which has the Pokepower that allows him to pretty much swap one card from his hand with the Pokemon from his prizes, essentially. And then he does Darkness Grace, which is on Spiritomb, which will allow him to evolve his Pokemon up, and that's going to be pretty bad. I'm not going to be able to kill them while they're on the bench. Obviously, you can't attack a bench Pokemon, at least not normally. There are certainly attacks that allow you to do it, unlike in the DS game. That would be so nice if you could attack a Pokemon that was in reserve. But anyway, I use Oracle, which I can still use because it's a supporter card. It's a sort of a subtype of trainer cards. It's sort of a picky advanced characteristic that you might not realize right off the bat if you are not familiar with the card game. But anyway, that is allowed. You can play supporters in stadiums while a Diamond and Pearl or later card locks down, quote, trainers. So anyway, he copycats me after I deal 20 damage with Fury Swipes, which that's a basic Darkness Energy, so I don't get a +10. But that's okay, because I do have another one in the hand, and I'm going to be able to use Beat Up on my next turn. With that Oracle, what I had to do was I got to pick the supporter card I played. Oracle allows you to pick 2 cards from your deck, set those aside, shuffle the rest of your deck, and then put those 2 cards on top of your deck. So I top deck exactly what I knew I was going to get, this Wurmple. And here we go, I'm going to use Call for Family, a combo I didn't even intend to be in this deck. But it's there anyway. It allows me to fill up my bench with as many grass Pokemon as I want. And then with the full bench, you can see Beat Up, the attack right there. That allows it to be at full power, and I can flip 6 coins and deal 20 damage times the number of heads, so an average of 60 damage. But definitely with the potential to deal more, especially if I can get some Darkness Energies on there. And Sneasel was just a basic too, so it's that's kind of why it was banned back in the day, because you could deal a ton of damage. Although these days 60 damage is pretty pathetic, to be honest. Unfortunately, Pokemon are getting a lot bulkier. Anyway, I got Wurmple up, and next turn I'm definitely going to retreat him and bring Sneasel back up. So I don't know, I think that's a misclick with the Psychic Energy, but anyway. He uses Darkness Grace and gets out this Gloom. So I quickly check out what Vileplumes are in existence, and there's a Vileplume that just recently came out that locks down. It's pretty much Spiritomb with the trainer lock, except it works from the bench. So that is going to be nasty, especially now that I see that Gengar with Poltergeist. What this deck does is it traps trainer cards in the opponent's hand, and then Gengar's attack does a ton of damage if there's a lot of trainer cards in the hand. But anyway, up right here is the key play of the match. This was by far the most important play. He uses Portrait with this Smeargle. Notice that he retreated his Gengar right there. Portrait allows him to look at my hand, and if he finds a supporter card there, he can use it, essentially with that Smeargle. However, here's the key play. He's not familiar with the rules and thinks he can retreat. If it was Ruby Sapphire prior to then, that would be true, but ever since Ruby Sapphire, or at least since Diamond and Pearl, you can only retreat once per turn. So Smeargle is stuck. And because of that, he doesn't get Spiritomb up, he doesn't get to lock my trainers this turn, he doesn't get to evolve that Gloom into Vileplume, and I'm able to rare candy this Beautifly, get that Pokédrawer out of my hand, and I go ahead and kill him with Beat Up 2, 100 damage, bam, 5 heads. So that worked out. Oh, that was key play, in case I haven't said enough, that was key play. Anyway, now he does, however, get Spiritomb up, and puts my trainers on lock. Unfortunately, my prize was a Warp Point, so, you know, that's not so hot. But anyway, he Darkness Graces again, or does he? And, anyway, he gets Vileplume out now, so now no more trainers, period. Except for supporters and stadiums, those are still allowed for whatever reason, because it's a Diamond and Pearl or later era card. But anyway, we checked to make sure he has 6 prizes, because I couldn't really tell, and I was pretty sure he hadn't killed any of my guys. Once again, I am able to kill with Beat Up. I think I dealt 60 damage there, which was just enough attack to kill. And yeah, I've got a full bench now thanks to Wurmple, so I'm really able to do some damage with Beat Up. He uses Pokemon Collector to get a Uxie, which I hate that card so much. I'm sure in future TCG vids I post, I'll rant about how much I hate Uxie, just because I hate the Lake Trio anyway. But you know, it pretty much allows you to draw until you have 7 cards in your hand whenever you bench it, which I feel is so stupid. But anyway, stupid that you need that kind of a draw power and a Poke Power. But anyway, whatever. I also just hate those things aesthetically. Anyway. But anyway, what he did there was he used, Psychic Restore. Dealt no damage, but basically he just put Uxie at the bottom of his deck, allowed him to bring up something else. So, anyway, he used Looker's Investigation, so he gets to peek at my hand, and then I don't have enough trainers for his liking, so he wants me to shuffle in and try to draw 3, which is what he needs to kill me with Poltergeist. So, I only get 2, however, and I do get a Weevil, too, which I needed, although I think I may have had it coming up. But anyway, here we go. He's going to wing it with Poltergeist, and how many trainer cards do I have? I only have Premier Ball and Expert Belt. Last one that I revealed to him is a Weevil, so he's only able to deal 30, doesn't kill Sneasel, and he knows what's in my hand now, so he knows I've got Weevil hanging out. But Weevil's not powerful enough to kill him. I need Sneasel's Beat Up in order to have a chance to kill him. So here we go. Get my Darkness Energy on Beautifly. So I got Midnight Palaeno coming up. That all occurred in a blur right there. But pretty much what happened was I flipped enough heads to deal 80 damage on the first set of 3 coins. I flipped 1 heads. Second bout of coins, I flipped 3 straight heads for 80 damage. Plus 30 for weakness was just enough attack to kill that Gengar. So that was amazing. Unfortunately, Gengar's Pokepower Fainting Spell, or is it Body? Anyway, Fainting Spell pretty much gives him a 50-50 shot at a D-Bond whenever he dies, so, meh. Lost my Sneasel, but I do have another one here coming up. I go ahead and promote a Shaman with my Sneasel free retreat, because I need to get Shaman level X up, and you can only level up when you're active. So, I wanted to go ahead and get Shaman level X in play, because I know that Gengar can hit for a ton, and he did get to bench that Ghastly that I kind of let him bench because he sort of misplayed it. But anyway, so he did get to bench that because I know that Gengar can hit for a ton, and Beautifly doesn't have resistance. So I want Beautifly to have 140 HP if at all possible. But we're coming up on the end of the match here as I'm about to get out the combo that this deck is named after, Midnight Palaeno. It's if you know what a Palaeno is, a Colias Palaeno. If you're a Phoenix Wright fan, you may know that as something else. But anyway, here it comes. He questions me about poison. You can see the chatter and the sidebar there. But anyway, he hoodwinks me, and Hoodwink also allows him to dump trainers from my discard pile back in my hand, which you know, obviously is a combo there. But I'm going to retreat Shaman level X, and up comes Midnight Palaeno, the Beautifly. Which, here's the combo. Okay, so Darkness Energy allows your Pokemon to deal 10 more damage if it's a Darkness type. Weevil on the bench there has a Pokepower that allows you to make your active Pokemon a Darkness type, force it to become a Darkness type. And then Beautifly has an attack for 2 Grass, 2 Colorless, 4 total energy that, yeah, you can see activate Midnight Palaeno. Does 50 damage at base, and then obviously you increase it from there with more darkness energies, and however much damage it deals, it also heals that amount. So right now I'm dealing 70 damage. Due to weakness, it's even more. So he just decides to forfeit because I've only got one prize left, and I would one-hit KO anything on his side except for possibly Vileplume, but if Vileplume goes down, it's game over anyway. So that was pretty nice. I got out my combo that I wanted so bad. That thing, if I can get the combo out, it's pretty nice. But it is kind of slow, but it's a fun deck concept. It's definitely not one of the standard decks you see out there in any environment, really. But, you know, it's a custom-built deck. It's pretty fun to play. And this is the first one I've uploaded of these, so let me know what you think about them. I'll probably have a couple more up anyway, especially if I can get some good ones going with Blah and maybe other people. Possibly, I know Seaman, no, probably will not have any against Seaman. He doesn't really play the card game. But anyway, do let me know what you think of these. If you've been enjoying the TCG Nuzlocke, then possibly this is also up your alley. But yeah, if there's some interest in these, then maybe I'll post these more often. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Later days.